My old job paid me $3,200 a month, every single month, no matter how hard I worked. Last month, one PDF made almost 6 times that, $17,924 in 30 days. Here is my Shopify backend. Let me refresh it again real quick. $17,924.39. And it might be the most boring PDF I have ever built in my life. Today I'm walking you through this one start to finish. The exact tool I used to build it, the exact place I sold it, the exact strategy that actually got people to buy it. Because for over a week, almost nobody did. And I'm going to show you exactly what changed that. And here's the part that's going to bother some of you. I didn't design a single page of this myself. I typed one message into AI, and it built the entire structure in about 4 minutes. We'll get there. I also use AI to make my video avatar narrating my videos, just like this one right now, automating my whole process. So what was the actual product? A household maintenance calendar. 12 months. Reminders for when to change your HVAC filter, flush your water heater, clean your gutters, test your smoke detectors. That's the whole concept. Compare that to some of my other videos, the cat PDFs, the giraffe PDF, all the fun, weird, scroll-stopping niches. This one is the exact opposite, on purpose. Cute sells clicks. It doesn't always sell repeat trust. Someone who's mildly entertained by a cat PDF buys it once and forgets it exists. But someone who's genuinely scared they're going to forget to service their furnace and end up eating a $5,000 repair bill, that person opens this thing every single month. That's the difference between a novelty purchase and something people actually rely on. And that difference is exactly why this number is bigger than most of my exciting videos. Let's start with how I built it, because this is where most people overcomplicate everything. I opened Claude, same tool I've used on this channel before, so stick with me. What I asked it to do this time is a completely different process, and honestly, the prompt matters more than the tool ever does. Here's the exact prompt, word for word. Screenshot this if you want it. Create a 12-month household maintenance calendar as a printable, PDF-ready document. For each month, list 4 to 6 specific home maintenance tasks covering HVAC, plumbing, exterior, safety, and appliances. Written in plain language for a homeowner with zero experience. Formatted as a clean checklist with checkboxes and a notes section under each month. 1 page per month, sized for US letter. Add a short intro page explaining why preventative maintenance saves money, and a final page with space for emergency contact numbers. Keep the tone reassuring, not technical. Output the layout as clean HTML and CSS so it can be exported straight to a finished PDF. That's the entire ask. One message. Claude handed back a fully structured 12-month document. Checklist formatting already built in, ready to export. Here's the part everyone skips past, and it's actually the part that matters most. I didn't keep that first draft as is. I went back in twice. Once to tighten the language on 3 months where the tasks felt too generic and copy-pasted, and once to make the emergency contacts page genuinely blank and editable, so whoever bought it could drop in their own plumber and electrician. 2 follow-up messages, maybe 15 minutes total, start to finish, including the export. That's the entire build process for a product that ended up making almost $18,000. Once I had the finished PDF, I needed somewhere to actually sell it. For this one, I used Shopify. I didn't build a big store with 20 products fighting for attention. Just one focused page for this single item, because a dedicated product page converts noticeably better than something buried 3 clicks deep in a catalog. I built a simple mock-up so it didn't read as a flat PDF on the page. It looked like something with actual weight to it, sitting on a kitchen counter next to a coffee mug. People respond to that, even when they know they're buying a digital file. Priced it at $19. Go ahead, guess what you'd have priced this at before I said that number. Most people guess lower, $10, $12, because it's just a PDF. But $19 for something that can prevent a $5,000 repair bill is, if anything, underpriced. Checkout was as simple as it gets. Someone buys, they get an automatic download link immediately. No manual delivery, no me sitting at my laptop sending files one by one. Completely hands-off after setup. But a perfect product page sitting on Shopify with zero traffic doesn't make a single dollar. So before I even waited around to see what organic visits would do on their own, I went straight to paid ads. I ran this through meta ads, and I narrowed the targeting hard. Not people interested in PDFs, not side hustle audiences, actual homeowners, 35 and older, in regions with older housing stock, where maintenance issues are more common and more expensive when they're ignored. Here's how the campaign itself was actually set up, because the structure matters just as much as who you're targeting. One campaign, objective set to sales, optimized straight for purchases. Inside that, a single ad set, not 5 different audiences split across 5 different ad sets, because at a small daily budget, spreading it that thin just starves every single one of them before the algorithm can learn anything. One ad set, one tightly defined audience, placements left on automatic, so so Meta could decide for itself whether feed, reels, or stories actually converted best. Bidding was set to lowest cost, no manual cap. At this budget, you want the algorithm hunting for cheap conversions on its own, not you fighting it with a bid ceiling. Inside that one ad set, I ran 2 different creatives at the same time, so spend would naturally shift toward whichever one actually performed. My first creative flopped. Generic stock photo, generic stay organized text, barely any clicks. The second one was just a screen recording of the calendar itself, scrolling page by page, with one line over it. The $200 mistake most homeowners make every single year. Within the first few days, the algorithm had already shifted almost all the spend toward that second version on its own. Budget was $5 a day. That's the entire ad spend. No scaling it up, no boosting it once it started working. $5 a day for the full 30 days. $150 total. And that number changed everything. The page was already built right. The price was already right. The only thing missing the entire time was the right person actually seeing it. This exact approach, building something genuinely useful instead of chasing cute, packaging it as a simple PDF, then getting it in front of the right buyer instead of everyone, is the entire backbone of what I teach inside the passive PDF method. I'm not going to turn the middle of a case study into a sales pitch, so I'll just say this once. If you've watched this far and you're already thinking about what your version of this would look like, the full system is linked in the description and pinned comment. If you want to go look at it after this. Okay, the actual number again. 30 days. $17,924 in revenue against $150 in ad spend, $5 a day the entire month. That's almost $120 back for every single dollar I put into ads. My old job paid $3,200 a month, and most months I was still tight on bills by the 15th. One boring PDF built off one prompt and maybe 15 minutes of actual hands-on work made more in 30 days than 5.5 months at that job would have paid me. Tell me in the comments, what's the most boring, unglamorous thing in your house or your daily routine that you genuinely think nobody would ever pay for? Because I'd bet at least one person reading this is sitting on an idea better than mine. I'm already testing a second version of this one, split by climate zone, so the tasks actually match where someone lives. And the early numbers are ahead of where this one even started. If you'd rather skip the part where I guessed my way through the first few attempts and just follow the exact framework instead, that's what the passive PDF method walks you through end to end. Links below either way. I'll see you in the next video.